Hello, everyone. My name is Michele Harrison. I'm a physical therapist with the Rocky Mountain MS Center. We have been doing Zoom classes we started with the Hydro community through the pandemic, and we have been doing a mind-body piece. For each session, we do a short segment of that. And so this recording is called Mindfulness Qigong. It's a routine I learned from Qigong for Vitality. And we're going to be doing 6 exercises that will help the body and mind to settle, to be present, and to connect mind with body. And so we're going to focus on 3 areas throughout this entire segment or this routine. Your Dantian area is this lower heaven, is what they call it, or elixir field. Dantian is essentially an energy center. So we have an upper, a middle, and a lower Dantian. The lower Dantian is thought to be the biggest energy center that we have. And it is essential for cultivating health and wellness, and supports the development of the physical body as well as the mind and soul on the path of consciousness. The second point we're going to look at is called the Yangchuan, and it's on the kidney meridian, kidney 1. It is on the base of your foot, just below the ball of your feet, kind of in that little hollow in the middle of your foot. And they call it the bubbling spring. And it is to help us connect with earth energy. And so they talk about, imagine sending roots down through the soles of your feet to feel stable, to feel energy. And when we do walking meditations, they talk about this point as being the lips of the foot or the sole to kiss the earth, so that we are connected to the earth and all other things around and that are around the earth or on the earth. So I really like the idea of little lips on the bottom of your feet, so that as you're placing your foot down, it's like you're kissing the earth with each step or each grounding of the foot into the floor. The third point is called the point, and it's on the top of your head, on the crown of your head, 100 convergences or 100 meeting places, or meaning just many. And it is where all the energies of your body meet, they believe, in Chinese medicine. So they believe it's one of the most powerful points on the body. And when that is treated, or when they do acupuncture, like they would put a needle up here or do pressure up here on your head, it's meant to help with treating, they say, mental disorders, but really clearing the senses, calming the spirit, helping to decrease stress or tension that is mental or physical in the body. And sometimes they talk about kind of pairing the Yangchuan with the Bai Hui. So you bring the energy up through the feet, through that point in your foot, and then it comes all the way up through your body, and then thinking of sending that energy up and out through your head, up through, kind of expanding into the heavens or the sky area. So I thought it might be helpful to go through those points so we understand why they are so important. And they recommend doing this particular routine like 10 days in a row, and then kind of notice how you feel after you do this routine for a series of days. So let's get started. We're going to start in our ready position, which is, we can do this seated or standing, whatever is comfortable for you. We want 4 points of our feet in that Yangchuan point, that little point just back underneath in the hollow behind the balls of our feet, just well grounded and stable on the floor. And then we think about our knees kind of coming up out of the feet. So it would be just not having the knees flopping in or out, but just nice position of the knees over the feet. If we were standing, it would be hips over the knees. But if we're seated, it's going to be another set of stability points on the bones that you sit on. And we want to have equal pressure on each sit bone, right and left side. So kind of you can shift around and be comfortable. Find a place that feels comfortable. And then think of your spine as being rocks stacked on top of one another all the way. So if you have good alignment, you're stable. If you're not very well aligned, you may find that your posture takes a lot of energy out of you. So kind of thinking of that, and then as if you're being pulled up through that point in your head, that by-way point, up towards the sky. You shouldn't be rigid, but you should feel elongated, like you're being pulled up with energy or breath through that. We're going to start with 3 deep breaths. Placing both hands on that lower dantian area. And that's about 2 inches below the belly button down here. And while you're breathing, bring your attention to this dantian area, this energy center. Then attention to the Yangchuan point, the bubbling spring, the point at the soles of the feet, the little lips kissing the earth. I really like that visualization. And feel as if you are pushing down into the earth, and the earth is supporting you through that space. Sending roots down deep into the floor or the ground. Trying to release tension. I just caught myself being very tense in my shoulders and my back. So trying to release that. Now we're going to bring attention to the by-way point, the 100 meeting points at the top of the head, and feel as if you're being lifted through the top of the head. Grounded in the dantian, rooted at the Yangchuan, or the foot point. We're going to start with an opening exercise. We'll bring our hands down. We're going to scoop energy up, drawing energy up from the earth into the dantian, and then bring it down through that point in the top of the head, centering ourselves as we kind of bring the energy down through the midline, or the middle of the body. Energy through the top of the head, through the heart, the middle dantian, down to that lower dantian area. Breathing in, vibrant energy, breathing out, releasing tension, anything unnecessary. One more. Back to that upright, ready position posture. Again, The spine is elongated. Arms are a little engaged at the sides. Our next move is going to be spinal twisting, and we're going to do it kind of in 3 segments. And that is where we swing side to side here. And you're kind of tapping. They call this kind of a sort of tapping massage idea. If you want to stand, you can do this, right? You can do it seated. Then we're going to bring our hands up kind of in the middle. So now we're not just warming up the hips and the lower back, but now we're kind of through the middle, right? That's our second segment. And making sure you have deep roots into the earth so that you feel stable and supported, even though you're twisting your spine. Then our last segment is bringing the hands up, kind of up at the shoulder area. So now we're engaging all the way up the spine, lower, middle, upper spine, into the neck, warming up, making it bigger now. Good. Good. All right, last one. Now, we're going to move on to draw the bow. This is a pretty standard Qigong movement. And this is a simplified version. There's other ways to make it more complex, but we're going to start simple today. So what we're going to do, you're going to bring your hands up, they cross. Now, the hand that's on the outside is going to be the hand you make a fist of, okay? Then you're going to draw that hand back like you're pulling back on a bow, and then the other hand pushes out. And then we cross again in front. Breathing out, outer hand makes a fist, push the other direction. Breathing out. Breathing in, crossing in the middle, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. If you were standing and doing this, you would be making sure, and we could do straightening and bending of the knees as well, seated if we want to. But the idea, I'll show you standing, is we're crossed here. I'm going to have my feet a little bit apart here. And then I'm going to scoot back so you can see me better. I feel like you can't see me very well. There, that's better. Now we're going to make a fist of the outer hand, right? We're going to push and sink. Cross the arms. Make a fist of the other hand. Push and sink. Breath in, cross. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Looking in the direction that you're sending the bow. I'm going to show you seated. I think we could do this, let's see, this way. Okay? So feet apart. We have our hands out. If we want, we would extend our legs here. Make the bow. Bend the legs so it's as if you're squatting. Bring them in. Straighten. Pull the bow. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. And if you cannot get your legs to move that way, you can have your legs here, nice in a nice stance, and just practice the bow. And think about maybe pushing forward into that leg. Come back. So you're getting some weight through those legs. Good. I'll let you practice a few on your own. This is good for the back, for posture, for the legs, for the arms. Good. Back to the ready position. Excuse me. And connecting in with the lower dantian, the bubbling spring, the Yangchuan point at the ball of the feet, and the Baihui point at the top of the head. See if you can't feel warmth and energy in those areas. And we're going to do a double hand circle. So I want you to feel like your feet are rooted deep into the earth. The palms are down. And you're going to start this movement from that Yangchuan point at the bottom of the feet, right? This isn't just the arms moving. It's actually moving up, over, and then down, right? If you were standing, you would be lifting and lowering a little bit. The Yangchuan point initiates the movement at the feet, pushing down with the palms and feeling like the palms get pushed up. If I'm standing, it would be down, come up, and down, come up. Almost like you're being pulled down into the earth and then pulled up through the top of the head. Feeling very strong and stable. Let's go the other direction. Up, across, and down. And see, it's initiated through the feet. The energy travels up to the dantian, through the spine, through the top of the head. Circles can be fast or slow depending on what feels good. And you figure out what the good breath pattern is for you. Feel grounded in the dantian, connected or rooted in the earth through your feet, and being like drawn up, or a connection with the sky through the top of your head. Good. Now, the next move is called pressing the palms. And so again, we have good foot stability and alignment, having our feet well grounded into the floor. We're going to circle our hands up. We're going to press the palms together in the middle. Now, if you can't lift both hands, you could do one virtually, right? Or if you really wanted to, you could maybe circle up, bring your palms this way, circle up, bring your palm this way, and hold on to one hand maybe. So there's some different ways to get this pressing the palms. There's a very important energy point in your palms, the Lao Gong point. And then as your hands come down, you're going to sink. And again, if you were standing, it would be up, sink down. Up, sink down. Sinking your awareness down to the dantian area. Bring them out to the side, scooping energy up and down. Now we can also do this seated, right? So we would extend, and as we sink, we could bend the knees. We can extend and then bend the knees if we're seated. If you can't get your legs to move like that, it's fine to visualize just sinking down, or kind of getting that sensation of sinking down more on the chair into the floor. And feeling that your body and mind feel healthy, are healthy. Okay, up and then bend. You feel grounded, you feel stable, right? Straighten and bend. Your mind is clear, calm, peaceful, but attentive. Noticing every breath you take. Noticing every bit of good energy you are taking in, and you notice every bit of that energy. Breathing out anything you don't need. One last one, big cleansing breath. Bringing the hands down, sinking down into the earth, through the heart, through the lower dantian, into the feet. Hands are at your side, in that ready position. Taking a breath in, breathing out, circling the hands up so that the fingertips face each other. One or both hands, depending on what you can do. And I want you to think of using as little force or energy to hold your arms up. Another name for this position is called standing like a tree. Lots of nature references in Qigong and Tai Chi. Big breath. Finding nourishment from the sky through your head. Connect to the body and the breath. Sink down into the Yangchuan, that point at the ball of your feet. Feeling connected to the earth through your feet. Bringing your hands out, breath in, breath out. We're going to do 3 opening exercises. Big breath in with a cleansing breath. Hands all the way up and around. Down through the middle, centering, concentrating that energy. Being mindful of those 3 points. Breathing into the Bai Hui, the dantian, the Yangchuan. Breathe out anything unnecessary. and you are finished. So, as I said, they did recommend trying to do this daily. And I think as you work on this and do the practice daily, you'll find you can you aren't just learning the movements to start, you can start paying attention to the breath and then attention to the different points that we were talking about. And see if by day 10, if the routine feels different to you. If you feel a little bit different, maybe you find that you're able to focus more rapidly, more, you can fall into that sense of mind-body connection and the breath quicker. That's what I find. If I do my practice more consistently, I find that I can just get to that flow state, which is where you kind of just you're in the movement, you're in the breath, kind of really present to exactly what you're doing, and you lose track of time. That's kind of that flow state. So anyway, have fun with this. I hope this is helpful. Holiday times are often stressful for people, so hopefully being able to be mindful and take a few minutes out to kind of focus on yourself, your mind, your body, and your spirit will help through this time period. Have a great day. Thank you.